I hate fashion shows, bro. That's why we started doing art and music probably almost 10 years ago now.
That was like the catalyst to a whole different type of world.
Being able to just do something different, and that's what the community wants.
A pickleball tournament in Calabasas?
Yes, sir.
I was like, oh, that looked like Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
And then you had Ryan Garcia. How do you set something like that up?
We had some sponsors that brought in Terrell Owens, and Ryan Garcia pulled up, and we were like, yo, we heard you're playing, and we threw him a jersey. He's like, hell yeah.
How do you start gearing towards profit?
We're not asking for people more than that they can't afford. And if they do pay more than that, we want to give you a plan of how this is going to work for you. Right now, with all this AI, everything's so automated. The one thing that's going to last is human interaction. And when people have money, they want to pay to be engaged. They want to pay to experience and feel human again. Money's a tool, right? You don't buy a toolbox with nothing to build. And that comes with finding your team too, to know who can use what tool also. Pressure busts pipes, and it also makes diamonds.
Hey guys, we realize a lot of you are coming to the page and enjoying the content, but we see a lot of you still aren't subscribed. And so if you could click that subscribe button, it'll help our channel grow and give you more episodes with a lot of amazing individuals. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Attractive Mindset. Listen, we got another nostalgic guest coming at you real quick. We got the man himself. He was episode 3 from season 1. We weren't even at this location yet, different location. If you haven't gone and watched it, go watch it to learn like his backstory and everything, because we're not going to really go into it this episode, but trust me, he's cooking. Listen, we got my man David, a.k.a. Tony Woods, in the building.
Let's go, David Woods, Tony Visions, the brand, Fusion Fashion Events, Model Pickleball, everything right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, you have been on fire.
Appreciate that.
You know, I always like, because again, if y'all haven't seen episode 3, like we talk about how we even met, how he started.
It's been a minute, my G. It's been a minute.
When it came to like us starting off as a company, not even Attractive Mindset yet. Like this is OG ROV production days.
Yeah. Good old days, boy.
You know, we didn't even shoot video yet.
Yeah.
And this man was like, bro, I need video. Just do it.
Like, nah, he knew how to do it, but you know, he figured it out.
Yeah. And so, you know, that was like the catalyst to a whole different type of world.
Word.
And, you know, on your side of the fence, the level of growth that you've just done through the years is crazy, because, you know, and this is why we like bringing people back on the show, because 3 years can, some people look the same, you know, we got the same friend groups. And so you see some people doing their stuff and, you know, they might have a little progress, you know, they might have ordinary progress is what I call it. But then you have some people who just, you're doing stuff in Calabasas, you're doing stuff on top of the Hard Rock, you're doing stuff in LA, like you got a whole new team around you, you got a whole new like element to your brand. Correct. And it's like, yo, what is this guy going on next? And so for people who don't know, you just introduce yourself really quick on like what you touch on. Yeah,
David Woods. You know, I'm a designer, entrepreneur, producer. You know, I'm a life connoisseur, a community connoisseur, basically. That's what I try to categorize it into, you know. But, you know, I started off with fashion design. I started off with event production, doing my own shows, connecting the dots all the time. And then, you know, it's just always been an infinite ladder that I've been working on and just keep climbing, meeting more people and just figuring out how to take things to the next level. And, you know, I have been able to do that progressively time and time again because of the people that come around me, the positions I get into, and having a solid group of people around me too. Like you said, like we've seen each other come up from this. I can't believe it's been 3 years now, bro. It's a long time.
Yeah.
But, you know, now that you put it into perspective, it's like, wow, you know, the game's changed for sure. The levels are definitely different.
Yeah, and I want y'all to understand, I don't mean 3 years of us knowing each other.
Yeah.
I mean 3 years since his podcast interview the first time.
Yeah, because it's been longer than that. Damn,
we knew each other since the end of 2018.
Yeah, we kicked off a lot of dirt down there. A lot of dirt off our shoulders, kicked over a lot of rocks, you know, made some mountains though, for sure.
Of course. Yeah. And there were some people that were there, you know, some people that's no longer a part of the team. And, you know,
can't take everybody with you, man.
Can't take everybody with you. And that's the name of the game, because our company grew the same way.
Yeah.
And it's not like a bad blood kind of
at
thing.
All.
It's just, for this different season of my life.
For sure.
this is what I require around me. This
For
is what I
sure.
need around me.
Yeah.
And I feel like, the team that you have now,
Yeah.
bro, when I go to your events, the professionalism,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
the level of the event, like everything, I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, it feel like Hollywood.
Make sure you tune in, get your tickets for Art Week, November 30th, December 4th, 6th, and 7th. Let's go. Yeah, well, that's the goals. It's always been my goal to, have a very professional standpoint, very clean cut, white collar shit. Like, that's where the money's at. And being able to integrate our culture vibes to it and being able to understand what the culture really needs, and the culture being actual community of consumers of the artist industry, of whatever you call it, that's what pays people's bills. And if you want to be an artist, you need to understand people are paying your bills. So I learned from both aspects. I started off as more white collar, I guess. I started doing paralegal work when I was really young, always having like a niche for it. But then I started finding my artistry. And then I went full-blown artist. That's when the money started dropping, because I went full artist,
Yeah.
But then you got to circle back to it and say, how am I going to develop this into an actual way of living, which comes of learning a little bit of balance of both, And I think you've also been able to do the same thing and master a lot of that aspect too.
Yeah. It's an interesting, when we talk about money, like, money is such a category where it's like,
so different to everybody, right?
I don't know what the fuck is going to happen today. But that, I don't know, can be the catalyst for $1 million tomorrow.
Correct. Depending on what you need for what.
Exactly.
It's like, if I need $1 million because I can guarantee to make $2 million off of that tomorrow, I'm gonna move different, as opposed to I want $1 million for what? I don't know. I might go buy something, but that's a different, like money's a tool, right? That's really all it is. But what are you gonna use that for? You don't buy a toolbox with nothing to build.
No, 100%.
So it's like, what you got these tools for? You got all the right tools, but you don't even know what you want to build or how to build it. So it's like, what do you need first? I think that comes with finding your team too, to know who can use what tool also.
Facts. Yeah. So with you, when you came on the first time, did you still have the studio in Wynwood?
Yeah, man. I was still at the peak of my artistry, just going crazy in Wynwood. I think that was the second year in there, because that was like 2018, was it? More or less?
No,
that was
this was
2022, I think.
2022.
So yeah. So I was still in Vision House Studios. Vision House Studios was a great studio. Shout out to that. Lots of cool stuff came out of there. Very creative mindsets. But we were still there. He was locked in Wynwood. We was running and gunning all over Miami. So, and that's where a lot of the legitimacy winded up coming from, believe it or not,
Really?
Figuring out, because I was always from Fort Lauderdale, and everything was always, everything's in Miami. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what's up with that. I moved to Miami, to the knee deep part of it.
Yeah.
I was in it, you know what I mean? I'm in it. Everybody around me is either, everybody's got it, but not really. There's a lot of investors, a lot of play money, a lot of a lot of talk in there. So I mean, it's there for sure, but you got to know what to do with it, just like anything else. So we learned a lot from being there, and now we have a studio in Plantation at On-Site Studios as well. But Vision House, we closed that down, and we're on to the next piece of everything.
Facts.
And so, it was a fun time though,
and this is exactly what I mean by the shifts or the growths. Like,
for sure.
One location to another location, and this facility is a monster house. Like, you got music studio in one part, you got big canvas in the other part, changeable sets,
for
everything.
sure.
And so
and that comes with another community of people too. So it's like multiple communities as an entrepreneur. It's an ecosystem to an extent, where we can just pull and grab from what we need from each other. And just the same way we do anytime I need help from anything that y'all got, it's like, I know who to trust. You know what I mean? That helps you grow in so many ways.
Facts. Something that most people don't even know, because I haven't announced it yet, and I don't really know how to frame it or announce it yet. But technically ROV is somewhat dissolved. Yeah, and ROV is dissolved only by name. ROV now is Mindset Media. And so I've brought it under the umbrella. It's
dissolved or it's evolved.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
That's what it is. Because you know what? I get that, and I'm going through a lot of stuff with that too. And I think people tend to really hold on to things too much when you're forgetting that that thing was created from you only.
Facts.
So just because you created something doesn't mean that you need to smother it.
100%.
I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you
So
mean.
it's like you might squeeze the life out of it because you're ready to evolve into 3 other things now. So I mean, it's always going to be with you in the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's
it
bigger,
really just changed by name. And
correct.
So nothing else changed with it.
Yeah.
Like,
but to me and you,
everybody said,
it's always gonna be there.
100%. You
Yeah.
know, there's some people that's like, yo, ROV, this and that. And then
now you'll always be ROV to me no matter what, and it's
Exactly.
gonna live forever, dog.
and I'll be trying to tell them like the new name, and I'll be like,
I'm not
check
paying the
mindset.
new name prices though.
Nah, facts. Grandfathered in.
You know what I mean? You gotta have the old school prices. That's always the thing too. So that's why if you want to hit up David Woods for a custom piece, you know, I got you. You want to hit Tony Vision, I'm giving you the homie price. You good.
Nah, facts.
We locked in.
Yeah, man. It's just like over the years, how have you seen the community of your craft grow?
That's a great question. I mean, as far as the community of it, I feel like my craft almost is like my environment entirely. You know, I've always done design work specifically for empowerment for people, and people around me have been growing for sure. I've seen the community in general just kind of blossom in creativity in good ways and bad ways. Not everybody's doing everything that I used to do. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to produce shows. Everybody wants to do modeling and this and that. You know, good that you getting it off your shoulders, trying stuff. People are out there actually, you know, pursuing their passions or what may seem like their passions at the moment. So I'm happy about that for sure. I'm comfortable with my design work, and I've been growing more into production, I think, and I've been able to find that through this process that I really enjoy. You know, I've always enjoyed production, putting things together to be able to bring it to the light. There's nothing better than having an idea one day, and then 3 months later, it's a freaking $5,000, 5,000 people's in an event, lights. You know what I mean? It's like this came from an idea, a concept. So I mean, I think I've grown in the aspect of being able to bring things to life, and I'm here for it. It's a process still. I'm not perfected, but you're helping me realize also there's been a growing process to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like literally, you didn't have a team last time you came on the podcast. As far as like, well, you had a team, but you didn't have a team for the mass kind of events you're doing now. So, you know, I want to know, because the last time we talked, you were kind of stressed a little bit because you got hit with a cease and desist.
Oh, that's right, man. That was the beginning. That's what we do. We shake stuff up, man. You get people scared. But yeah, that was kind of dope. Now that I think about it, cease and desist all day. I just move around it. You know, that means that they watching. So, but yeah, no. At that time, we started developing the event production platform more. You know, you've been with me since the beginning when I was doing shows in empty parking lots, right? So then that was when we started doing shows at the Hard Rock, and we were shaking up tons of noise from here to Switzerland and Art Basel. Jeez. So, you know, they heard about it. You know, everybody in Miami is doing Art Basel shows, saying the name, and we got hit with the cease and desist. I just started this company, you know what I mean? It's been the first year out. Yeah. So, but that's because the level of, you know, functionality that we doing, and we just pushing and shoving, and we got such a great community doing it. So not only we got the cease and desist, that helped me know, you know, we're here in the game. We are players in this game now. You know what I mean? So now 3 years later, 4 years later, you know, we're doing shows effortlessly, and we have our own name for those weeks. You know, we did it professionally enough to where, you know, we are at your neck, but we're here, you're there. If you come over here, you ain't getting back there. Yeah. So we got our own terms. You know, it's like I would say there's like 4 good key players in event production. You know, shout out to Art Hearts, the Bureau, a place like that, Planet Fashion. But you know, I grew up on these brands too as a designer, and I think that, you know, we're comfortably up there as well now too. So, and all the other ones, you know, good luck.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, what was the transition over the years? You know, talk us through exactly how you went from those to, yo, we got sold out crowds on top of the Hard Rock Hotel.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're able to sit down and, like we said earlier, like I had to kind of, with all my personal crafts, my personal brands, with Tony Visions and all that stuff as well, you kind of gotta like take the back seat for a second and focus on what you're actually trying to do. What is the goal? So my goal became the full overscale production, the production of multiple designers, multiple brands, sponsor money, bringing in different, 6 figures a year off of just funding. Funding with sponsors, with designers, with vendors, with just engagement through community, through all different aspects of that. So that became obviously more essential. So like, I'm trying to make some money too. Like, I'm trying to make money. All of my brands are still involved with anything I do, no matter what. So at any given moment, I could put any of my brands in my productions. So these productions are also feeding and nourishing all these other brands. So it's a win-win. So once I saw that, I was like, all right, let's get a good solid team, because I can't do everything by myself. You don't want to be a mom and pops. That's you if you're going to be by yourself the whole time.
Yep.
You got to delegate work. You got to delegate tasks. I'd rather oversee everything than do everything.
No, 100%. So,
you know what I mean?
Now that we're talking about team, what do you feel your new team brings that maybe back in the day you didn't have around you in order to hit this level?
For sure. I mean, there's definitely a balance factor from all of my team. Shout out to the whole Fusion Fashion Events team. We got Maciel, we got Kevin, we got Chris. Those are the 4 key components to Fusion. I'm an artist. I'm a creative mindset, just like y'all shit too. But Masi brings a lot of diversity to the fashion aspect. She's able to run the show same way as me. She's able to deal with all the models. She's able to deal with all the castings, the designers. She's the friendly face to it. I'm more like, get shit done, boom, right away. And I do get it done, but we get it done and differently, and it works better for more people. Kevin's able to handle all the PR work.
Network
talk
guy.
to people, network, he's a smooth guy, all that stuff. So,
Guy.
he get the Jersey guy. Yo, you're from New York, New Jersey, me too. Yeah, boom, connected. Apparently everybody's from Jersey and Florida now. I don't know. But yeah, he's really good at all that stuff too, and brand deals, and he's been able to teach me a lot of that as well. And Chris is able to just be hands-on on everything. He gets shit done. He's able to multitask different things as well. He's able to go out there, connect, knock down doors if you got to. Me and Chris started off with that mentality too, only. Like, we was knocking on doors. We was, doing anything and everything. So bringing in the other 2 players, that helped balance that out a lot too. So it's a process always, I think, having a good chemistry, like any team is. But, knowing that there's aspects that you have to counteract each other. So if I can't do something, if I can't do something, someone else will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So ain't no hope. Something's got to be done. Somebody's got to be held accountable. And, just being transparent with a team like that and knowing that we can hold it down is honestly, it's a blessing, to be able to have a team that you can rely on and that you want to grow with.
Facts.
That's hard to find.
And so because that's such a creative team, like, most people in generals, you don't see that many designers in generals.
Yeah.
That really take it serious, at least.
For sure.
You might see people who make pieces
Yeah.
or sell clothing.
Yeah.
But you guys take it to another level of, we're bringing fashion to you instead of you coming to fashion. Most people do it like, I'm in a lab, I make my piece, I make my stuff, I put ads out, you buy it online, that's it. They're not doing shows.
Yeah.
But you're doing shows, selling out crowds, bringing on like celebrity artists, celebrity guests, celebrity, whatever, doing it in venues where you have prestigious attractions, all of that stuff. Pickleball tournaments. Like, talk about how you guys curate what type of event you're going to do.
So, I mean, I guess that I'm blessed to be in that mind state to where if I come up with a crazy idea, I can bring it to life through that. You know what I mean? So like, if I want to do a competition of designers, we did Designer Wars, and we did a whole thing. We're working on getting on TV soon too. But we talk about. I got into pickleball, so then next thing you know, we're doing a pickleball tournament. Like, why not? Like, we're just always trying to do something different as opposed to boring stuff. I hate fashion shows, bro. I hate going to a fashion show and it's like, all right, next designer, boom, it's all the same thing. That's why we started doing art and music like probably almost 10 years ago now. We started incorporating that into the shows. So, you know, being able to just do something different, and that's what the community wants. That's what people want. People want to feel experienced. Right now, with all this AI stuff, robotics, this and that, everything's so automated that I think the one thing that's going to last is human interaction. That's what
Facts.
people are looking for. And when people have money, they want to pay to be engaged. They want to pay to experience and feel human again. So here we are, fusion fashion events. You know, we give you a fusion of everything, and that's what the community is missing. So I think that's where we're going to be able to excel from that.
Nah, facts. And so now, with that being said, do you feel like it's become more about the community instead of the design itself?
The design in what aspect? You mean the?
And so, like, you know, at first, you're of course with fashion. I think I could be wrong.
Sure.
You're showcasing these pieces to ultimately spread it to the world.
Get what you're saying. Got you. So I think there's two factors to that, right? So there's certain brands that, you know, if they have a marketing budget, they might put more into direct sales, which would be like online ads and stuff like that. That would target people without having to do anything. And then there's brands who want that hype. They need the engagement. There's certain stages where you might need to be out there. So I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I haven't been personally doing as many shows as I used to do. When we last spoke, I was doing maybe 2 shows a month. Like I was doing mad shows. And like with this last year, I probably did maybe 3 or 4. And it definitely has changed my algorithm as far as impressions and how many people I'm actually interacting with. You know, my network it's still there, but it's not as engaging because I am not out there at every show showcasing, doing what I used to do.
You're not hitting the streets.
I'm not hitting the streets as hard, which is such a fundamental, that guerrilla tactic. It works, but it also, then you need to balance that with a little bit of actual conversion too. You need to be able to market it. So
and you know that when you say that, I need y'all to understand in the audience how social media kind of fucks up your thought process.
It's playing you
on 100%. What actually is making you money.
100%.
Because even though you've detached from that, I guarantee you, without even knowing back end numbers, that you're making way more money than when you are hitting the streets.
For sure.
When you were doing you know, viral videos and this and that, because our company is the same thing. Like when I was personally out there shooting, especially like, bro, blowing up pages, you know, getting hit ups here and there, whatever, blah, blah. But we were damn near broke.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Like, wait, who's paying for this?
And it's like the streets love you, the people love you, but your bank account don't love you, and them bills don't love you.
And that's why I stopped doing so many shows. You know, it's like, yo, everybody's love, yo, fire, yo, you ain't buying nothing though. You know what I mean? So now it's like, so that's why with the fusion, you know, we're developing something where you can do both. Where you can not only showcase, you can sell right there, you can sell in person. You know, we're also exploring your brand online too. So that's a little bit of both. And people do this with little budgets, they do it with big budgets.
Yeah.
So it's like if a brand comes to me and says, yo, I want to showcase, but I'm not going to get nothing in return. I'm like, I'm going to give you all the materials that you need to get some return, but you have to finish the conversion.
Yeah, you got to execute.
You got to execute. I can give you, I've had, for example, even me, I've had these faults back in the years. Like, okay, I did a show, I got 500 people on my website. Why I only sold 2 things? Because I didn't have the proper breadcrumbs to it. People weren't able to navigate and click properly. They weren't able to properly seal the deal because it was too much. They didn't know how to. And that's on me and my team, you know what I mean? So that conversion is super important. So it's really a matter of what the brand's looking for at the moment in time before they engage with a personal event or online.
Nah, facts. And I think what you also mentioned in that is alluding towards when you're mostly a creative, it's hard to get out of the creative process.
100%.
And the moment you do, you start becoming more logical. You start becoming more
and then you forget about the creative process, and then your shit is lame.
Exactly. So and it's hard to mix it.
It's very hard to mix it. So, you know, that's why, you know, a lot of our designers that we work with, you know, we have personal relationships with them. And I think that's what I value as well, as opposed to most brands. They're like, boom, pay, goodbye. That's it. Like, no, we understand what it is because we are from the industry. We didn't just say, you know what, I want to do fashion, I guess. I don't want to do production. Like, nah, I do this. We all come from different backgrounds. I come from a design background. Maciel comes from a fashion production background and styling and stuff. And Kevin comes from, he was on Shark Tank with moves and shoes and, you know what I mean? And Chris had a Molly. So we get it. We get everything around the whole board. So, you know, we're not asking for people more than that they can't afford because it won't make sense to them. No, and if they do pay more than that, we want to give you a plan of how this is going to work for you, which we do. So,
no, that's gold. That's bars, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you grow as a business, it does take that level of a team to understand things because even now, the version of what I guess most people would consider ROV, even though it's mostly attractive mindset, you know, people don't see me now.
Yeah.
Literally at all. And that's been maybe the past about 3-4 years.
That means you're making money. Good.
Bro. Like,
I'm trying to be like you. Can't see me, baby.
And people got to understand, like, some people, I've even gotten messages where it's like, yo, why'd you stop ROV? Why'd this die off? What happened? Blah, blah.
Because they wasn't paying you enough.
It's not even that. And that's the crazy part because I tell them, I said, you think because I don't post on social media
I ain't doing it? Yeah.
ROV still last year, we haven't posted on ROV in 3 years.
Yeah.
And it still did 1.2 mil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to tell them like, yo, I've learned the game in such a way where what you're used to, I'm no longer used to. How you advertise, I no longer advertise. You know, how we build it, how we structure it. I made more upfront money when I was the personal shooter.
Right.
I let that go to add more people and add more contracts.
Yeah.
And take less upfront, but now I could be multiple places at once.
Right. You're able to delegate and oversee.
Exactly.
Correct.
And once I was able to let that part of me go because I loved it. I still love it. You know, I love shooting. I love creating. I love having the eye to just do something and whatever. And even sometimes I feel like, yo, I want to go out and I want to shoot this. Especially if it's a baddie. Like with the models, the models is my shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You just got to get those Ray-Bans and just shoot on the camera. Y'all got a question though. So who's a better shooter, you or Dan?
Oh, me, 100%.
Can we get Dan in here? Dan, what you thinking though?
100%. Better shooter. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
We're going to have to put that to the test soon.
You can call me Mr. 10X. Listen, we can call me Mr. 10X.
All right. All right, moving on.
And so I need people, I need y'all in the audience to understand what he means by that. Because at the height of me being a shooter, bro, I was losing sleep.
Yeah.
I crashed my car.
Yeah.
Because I was up for like 4 days straight.
You're overworking.
Like, that was the level of creative that I was. And it's hard for people to sometimes see me as that because they're like, Rich, you don't do shit.
Yeah.
Rich, you'll do whatever. But even today, like
they don't know how much you put in before that.
They don't know how much I do on the back end now. And that's what I need them to understand is like, before I even came here, I only slept an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I got all the time in the world. I just be up doing back end shit though. But that's what's brought our brand to over $10 million.
You've done the work though.
And we still doing the work.
And but you're doing it more strategically. That's just like me, bro. Like when I started, you know, I was sewing nonstop. Like every day I was busting out at least 3 custom pieces just for no reason. For years, you know what I mean? And now it's like I don't sew unless I like need to. Like it's like, oh, why you not sewing anymore? It's like I don't if I don't need to do it, now I'm doing a show and I have 10 designers that are sewing different shit. You know what I mean? So I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Granted, every once in a while, don't tempt me though. I'll come back out. You know what I mean?
You're more outside now, and you're more like you guys move around. You guys have, and you can tell by a lot of the stuff that you have because even just what I saw on Instagram the other day, a pickleball tournament in Calabasas.
Yes, sir. Calabasas.
What the fuck is that?
We getting bougie with it, man.
I see. And not only just having the tournament there, you had. I literally wrote to you on Instagram and realized in real time. I was like, oh, that looked like Terrell Owens.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that is Terrell Owens. And you were like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And then you had Ryan Garcia. How do you set something like that up?
Just consistent moves, man. So we've been doing this model pickleball tour. The model pickleball tour, we started in Miami and Miami Swim Week this year that just passed in July. And then we took it to New York for New York Fashion Week. We did it at the Lifetime outside of Madison Square Garden. So that was a great solidified name, legitimacy. And then we took it to LA for LA Fashion Week. We just got back 2 days ago. And yeah, man, so with that momentum that we had, we was talking to everybody, knocking on doors, kicking doors down, all that stuff. And the right connections, we got good sponsors, and we had some sponsors that brought in Terrell Owens and his brand is Prototype 881, which is an amazing brand. Make sure to check them out. They just dropped a whole pickleball collection, and he plays out there. He's taking his game serious in pickleball.
Oh, damn.
So he's on it, and he's pretty good. And he showcased his brand in the fashion show, so it was perfect. It was aligning for him. And then we're working with the Best Paddle, shout out Jamie Foxx as well.
Oh, damn.
And they brought out Ryan Garcia. Oh. And Ryan Garcia pulled up, and we were like, yo, we heard you're playing. And we threw him a jersey. He's like, hell yeah, shout out to Ryan Garcia. He showed mad love. That's my guy.
He's from here, right?
I'm not 100% sure, but all I know is he was mad humble, and he enjoyed it. He was cool with everybody. He showed support to all the vendors, everybody. So, and then it was just dope because, our tournament is based on a structure of the actual tournament of agencies, sponsor teams, all that stuff. We go up a bracket, all that, and then we end it with a fashion show. So it's something new. It's something that we just started with, like, fashion is such a competition with models. And we do it before all the fashion weeks strategically, because after our event, it's all hell. People are going crazy and show to show casting. So it's like, it's completely different. So we do it a week before so we can try to get all these models and brands together to like kind of be happy for once. They're happy, they're having fun. It's a little light tournament. And then the competition, it got there though. So then these two teams, Terrell Owens versus Ryan Garcia, Prototype, and Ryan Garcia was on a fusion team too. Shout out to Fusion Fashion Events again. But we had a mixed doubles, Ryan Garcia versus Terrell Owens, and then they worked their way up the bracket. They beat everybody, boom, boom. And then they're both playing for the championship right there in Calabasas at Calabasas Pickleball Club. Yeah, so that was a movie for sure. It was actually a great game, and then we were supposed to only do one game for the championship, and then Ryan Garcia got to say his little two pieces, and then he's like, "Yo, best out of three right now." So we're like, "Nah, we're on a time limit. We're on a time, we can't do it." And everyone's like, "Nah." The crowd's like, "Yeah, come on." So I bet best out of three. So
who won?
T.O. took it home, man. T.O. took it home, man. T.O. took it home. But Ryan Garcia, we were talking about we got to get a rematch down in Miami. So we got to talk about that. We got to get him out here.
Okay. Yeah. And so now I'm sure as a lot of other people are wondering, when you throw events like this, especially when it's just off of like something that you like to do, like you said, like, yo, we like this, we have this, let's fuse these two things together.
Yeah.
How do you start gearing towards profit?
So what we've been tapping into right now with model pickleball specifically is like the wellness community. The wellness community is huge right now. I think it's a lot of new brands in that community. A lot of people are investing into that community. So there's so many brands and sponsorship opportunities. So when you're seeking sponsors, you need to align your pitch decks, your presentation. So not only do we have Fusion as the foundation of it, we have a solidified background. This is what we do. This is what we produce. We get millions of views. We can get you content, all that stuff. So you can get a whole campaign done with our events, and in addition to marketing your brand. So, having that, we're pulling in sponsors. Obviously, that's where most of the money ideally should come in from events. Sponsorship should fund most of it. And then, participants, anybody that wants to be a part of it, being able to show them the caliber level of event that we're giving you, and you're going to be incorporated. You don't have to do anything but bring your brand. So that's how we can start making money off of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
that's a formula we've been using in general, but now we're just pivoting towards a wellness community.
Gotcha.
So, and I think it's a great community to be in right now for sure.
Yeah, I would say, as an early level entrepreneur, I didn't understand the power of really advertising your brand in spaces like that,
Mm-hmm.
where, you know, because I would be like, I would see some of these sponsorship packages, and I'm like,
Oh, they're crazy.
50,000
They're
for
crazy.
this, or you know,
Yeah.
to do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
why would I do that?
Yeah.
But now, we just had our stuff last year.
Mhm.
Um, get into the octagon,
Okay.
because we sponsored
Right. I
a
remember
UFC
that.
fighter
Yeah.
guy, and so, you know, the views that came from that being on TV, you know,
Yeah.
national stuff like, you know, Fight Channel, whatever. I was like,
It was
oh,
seen, but not only was it seen,
okay,
but that's also in your portfolio now too. It's like, look,
exactly.
we did this. So now you climbing up that ladder and you just
Mhm.
keep showing, look, we did this, we did this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's a thing. Like when I started off going just shows in Miami, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, boom, I did Paris. I paid for that. Then I did London. And then what do you have from that? I did Paris Fashion Week. I did London
Yeah.
Fashion Week. I'm different now.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. But it's an accolade that you get under your belt, you know,
Nah,
by not only
facts.
being accepted to it and also being able to pay whatever the fee is, however, you know, those are always negotiable too, to make sure it aligns with your brand. But you know, there's a lot of the all the major companies, they have delegated budgets
Yep.
that go towards marketing, and if they're not spent, then they're wasted.
Yeah.
They have to spend this, and the people that are spending it, it's not the owner that's like, oh, I really don't want to spend this
Yeah.
money. It's a person behind the desk, like, yo, I got 10K. Shoot, I gotta get rid of this. Hey, you
Yeah.
guys want 10K to sponsor your thing? Like that's a thing, you know.
And
So
so, have you guys with that thought about like a 501c3 kind of route?
yes and no. I have one right now with Game Time. Game Time Cares. We're working on that as well, which we're working on integrating more too. But you know, that's another level thing that we have to figure out too. So that's something else I got to figure out and delegate. So, but with stuff like this coming up, that does come to mind. It's like
Yeah.
it just makes sense for sure. And then that gives you into a whole other ball game
Oh
of
yeah, the
charities. And,
NFL is a nonprofit.
yeah, and they make money.
Rolex is a nonprofit.
And that's how you make money.
Yes.
Oh, it's nonprofit. Just you know, donate here.
100%. No,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But but doing the nonprofit puts you into good positions of good communities too. The nonprofit realm, that's probably where most of the money goes when they have excessive marketing budget, and they're like, let's just put it to a nonprofit, because then you get a tax write-off too.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, I gave you
Exactly.
10K, but not really. So
No, that's gold. And
yeah.
so, you know, for local designers that are still doing the early game, kind of figuring out, doing maybe local shows, maybe not even doing local shows yet, them interacting with a brand like yours, with a team like yours, Fusion Fashion, going on to something like Designer Wars,
Yeah.
what are you looking for when it comes to showcasing these artists that are trying to grow?
You know, I try to be a little lenient. That's why we do smaller events, like little like smaller events at the studios as opposed to Art Basel events. You know, there's different levels of the events we do, but we're always looking for somebody with that fire in their belly, you know, that ambition to grow, and somebody who isn't just testing this out, somebody who generally wants to do this and take it further. Because I know for me specifically, I never had any mentors, unfortunately. Like nobody showed me how to become a designer, how to sew, how to do this, how to put on a runway. So I kind of had to figure stuff out myself. So being able to help people pass those obstacles and knowing that they have the potential to do it, you know, if they're able to take it serious and put a piece together and be willing to take a little bit of criticism from the crowd and maybe not make $1 million on your first night, I think that's a great start right there. A lot of people, they come into the game and say, oh, I'm not rich yet. It's been a year. You ain't even do nothing yet. There's models who come in the game and say, oh, I'm not getting booked enough. It's been 2 months. Like you haven't gotten the right one. You know, and then there's models who get booked too much and then they go down the wrong route, and it's like, all right, you just changed your whole perception of what you wanted to do with your life. Like, so yeah, I mean, looking for that hunger always, you know, it's a real hunger. I know what it is and what it takes. So it's not hard to see.
And so now a connecting question to that is, with the success that you're seeing in the United States, and I talked to a lot of different categories of industries about this, but I feel like, especially when it comes to designing and music, international money is way more. Have you thought about doing some international stuff?
Yes, there's just a lot more to go out there too. So I mean, definitely thinking about like Tokyo. Like we have a few people that are doing some work out there right now too. But you know, I'm trying to lock in right now. I feel like we have a lot flowing right now in America, and we haven't capitalized on it 100% yet. But as soon as that overflows, I'm jumping straight out for sure. Because right now we're just things are going really really fast, really quick, really good right now. So I want to solidify those real quick, and then double down. Hometown is everything. If I can't come back, like I don't know, what am I doing?
Nah, facts.
You know.
And that makes me think, you know, for the level that you're reaching now, is there somewhat of an exit strategy that you have for that?
For me personally, you know, the goal is to delegate, bro. So my goal, I would love to be in a position where I can only focus on the big picture and not do the nitty gritty stuff. Because there's a lot of nitty gritty stuff from editing to content. You know, I'll find myself doing check-in sometime. You know, I'll find myself editing the video. Find myself taking a photo. I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Yeah.
So my exit strategy would be comfortably watching that happen. You know, I don't think I could ever stop doing 90% of things that I actively do today, but like maybe just a little more hands off. You know, maybe in Colombia on a horse in a mountain.
I'm moving to Colombia in 2 years. So
You moving? Oh, we out. Where you going?
Medellin.
We out. I was just talking about that. I might go out there too, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But you can do what you're doing here from over there.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. So that's like my exit strategy type thing. Be able to move around. I mean, I don't think anybody needs to live in one place to do the type of work we do, because it's a plane ticket away. You spend $200-$300. You know, that's it. We back. Yeah. I'll be there tomorrow. Like, so that's an exit strategy. But I mean, I ain't retiring. You know what I mean?
And so now when you do these type of events where you set the bar so high and you become one of the first, I think people underestimate the pressure that comes from that, because
absolutely
now it's like, what do we have to do next to continue to bring this amount of traction in, to continue to set the bar? Because it's one thing when somebody else does it and then you do it after them, but then when you set the pinnacle of it, then you're like, oh shit, you know, how do we not only duplicate this but make this better for
sure
people to keep coming?
It has to get better every time. Like I just landed from LA 2 days ago, and I'm back on my feed, and I'm like, damn, everybody's doing the same things here. Like, I don't know if it's just my community. That's just like, this is my fault. Like, I don't know. Like, but you know, pressure busts pipes, and it also makes diamonds.
Facts.
So it's like, you have to take yourself out of any competition mindset. You know, like, this is not my competition. This is not my market. That's cool. They can have all that. Like, I'm focusing on this. That's it. Like, as soon as you start focusing on what these people are doing, your mind span is like going down. You know what I mean? You're not able to fully produce or function because you're worrying about something else that's irrelevant. So, I mean, it's precision, it's time, it's strategy, making sure that you're dealing with the right brands, you're accepting the right sponsorships. You know, working towards something new it's got to feel new every time. If you're doing the same thing, you ain't going nowhere.
Yo, what's going on? This is YC of Option Snipers University. Listen, are you somebody that's an entrepreneur? You're near retirement. You are out of college. Listen, if you're somebody that wants to learn how to multiply money with money, you definitely want to join us at Option Snipers University. So go ahead and check us out at www.optionsnipersuniversity, and we'll get you situated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that was smooth.
Yeah.
Man, listen. This recap of an episode is just, again, if y'all haven't seen the first one, which is episode 3.
It's a time lapse, boy.
Like, the growth from here, and we're going to keep this going again. And that's even in the plans that I have for this, you know, going into season 4, season 5, I actually think I'm bringing on a different host or another host. And so
he's going to be Colombian?
I don't know. Maybe. And so I actually got my girl. She actually started a podcast, and she's been killing it.
I seen that. Yeah. Congrats to her. It looks amazing too.
She's been killing it. And so being able to teach a blueprint, we started a network. And so we have like 2 or 3 shows under the network now. You know, her show is one of the shows. And dog, I think I finally really hit the gold mine with it, because I'm seeing some of the digital stuff starting to go up now. And we've been making physical money, but the digital money is where we've started, or where I've been trying to get to.
That's where the money's at, right?
Bro, I've been learning how to charge less and make more money. And it's crazy because if you look at the biggest companies out there, Netflix is $1 billion charging you $16 a month.
Yeah.
You got Amazon Prime.
McDonald's got $2 burgers.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've started to understand their model. Instead of me going for the $5,000 music video or this or that, I'm like, cool, yeah, join the network. It's $16.
That's interesting.
Join the school community. It's $15. Join this and that. And the amount that's massing from that, I'm like, oh shit. I'm making residual money off of a subscription-based model because it's every month. And so now I can have more of a consistent base on like, yo, you have to come back or you want to come back or you got to do this or interact with it. And then from having the experience of just piling on quality, having the equipment to do so, still having the upfront staff to do so, people, shooters, whatever, connections. It's a good, healthy mix. Man, this is just, I'm excited to see where we are again in like 2-3 years again.
Next
bro.
podcast in Colombia, bro.
Let's do it.
We out.
I mean, I'm actually opening some stuff out there, so hey.
Oh, we gotta talk then. I'm debating on some business in Medellin too.
Yo,
so
it's,
we gotta
it's
talk.
the perfect market for it.
Yeah. And the weather's always nice out there.
If people wanted to tap in with you, find out more about your brand and events that you got going on, where can they do that?
Yeah, at Tony Visions on all platforms, TonyVisions, and make sure to check out Fusion Fashion Events, just like that.
And you already know how we do it now. If you're watching this episode, we about to ask Tony. He might say yes, he might say no. Listen, it's up to him. We gonna do 3 tickets? 3 tickets?
3 tickets?
3 tickets to the event.
3
if
tickets.
Y'all watch the episode.
3 tickets paid and sponsored by Attractive Mindset Studio. We got you. I'm kidding. Let's give them 4. We got 4 tickets to Art Basel.
There
Let's
you
go.
4 tickets. So listen, if you watch this episode and you see the word pop up on the screen somewhere, you can send it to him. You can send it to us. Let us know. Cash in on your ticket. Come out. Enjoy the vibe. Get to see exactly what we're talking about, because watching it from online versus actually being there, 2 different experiences. So he's looking out for y'all. Make sure y'all show up, support the brand, follow his page, like us, share, subscribe. And again, it's your host, Moneybag Rich. At the end of the day, we always say, we look good, we live good. Life is good. Talk to us. We talk back, and we out.